Hi everyone, it's Dave. Hope you're good. I'm just sat in the back garden on this Saturday afternoon. The temperature's definitely increasing now. Before I go on to talk about what I want to talk about today, tomorrow's video will be just a bit of a comment from me and some thoughts on the mass hysteria again that is related to this, what is an unprecedented heat wave that's coming, but just some thoughts on what's driving that, as well as maybe some agendas behind it. So anyway, that's for tomorrow. For today, I just wanted to say that just talk about a moment of clarity really that I had yesterday. Now, as I've remarked in a few of my latest videos, I have been struggling lately. I've really been struggling with how I've been perceiving things, and the moment of clarity is, relating primarily to introspection, which I talk about a lot. But I guess maybe being introspective is sometimes realizing when you're not being introspective enough, if that makes sense. Reflecting that you've not been reflecting enough, you've not been self-aware enough. And the main kind of clarity revelation that I had really was that I just suddenly thought to myself, I've not had one single positive thought at all in the last few weeks. I've not looked upon anything positively. I've not allowed myself to recognize positive things when they've been happening. I've just allowed myself to become embroiled and consumed by negativity. Now, the difference is, there's a difference between opinion and mindset, because my opinion that I have voiced, not only in the last few videos, but in the last couple of years since I've been doing this, hasn't changed. I am disgusted, is the word, disgusted with how a alleged civilized society, it's not very civilized, as I've commented on many times, can allow such evil, sick and twisted things to happen, dismiss or vilify the people who are pointed out and trying to change things and raise the alarm, and then continue to either bury their heads in the sand or just ignore people who really shouldn't be ignored. So that's not changed. What's changed though is my perception of myself in amongst that society, both from a place of how can I recognize and accept that there are positive things going on as well, and am I anywhere near my best in being able to provide the resistance and the voice and the guidance that I believe that this society desperately needs at the moment. And these are the questions I was asking myself. So I'd got to the point where I was allowing what I perceived other people's inaction, stupidity, cowardice, and gaslighting, which absolutely is happening, to consume me, to affect me in such a profound way. And I can't let that happen. Hence why this moment of, I am pleased that this moment of clarity struck. So this is all about a mindset change for me, a recognition that maybe the things that I talk about a lot, especially introspection, reflection, and all the rest of it, I wasn't really doing myself. A realization that yes, the things that are going on, both in wider society, and I see it close to me as well, are deeply unacceptable. They're just plain wrong. But I don't need to. I can choose to let that submerge me. I can drown in that negativity and that dark energy that's around, or I can choose to simply accept that and focus not accept it, I mean let it be, because I don't accept that is any way that a society should function, but just let it be, whilst at the same time tapping into as much positivity and optimism. And there is optimism there. There's so much of it at the moment. There's so many positive things happening, and I'd forgotten about that. It's always easier in life, always easier to attach to negativity than positivity, always. And in a way, that's not taking responsibility. So what I'm saying with this video is that nothing that I've said previously isn't true. It's all true. Everything that I've said, I've meant. It's from the heart. Those words, the one, it's more than frustration, anger, resentment. Really, for me, it is disgust. Now, that's not changing. I still feel disgusted with the despicable way that this society is behaving at the moment, and has. I still feel that. But my mindset, my approach, my philosophy, my perception is now different. And I think a lot of us throughout these last few years, since this absolute madness, insanity began, have been going through these spells where we might be questioning things on such a deep level and it's sending us crazy. There might be times when we've really felt like a leader and we're making a massive difference and we're feeling real positive energy. There might be other times where we're looking around and just absolutely despairing at people's, as I say, their naivety, their ignorance, their lack of engagement in debate, their cowardice, their willingness to tolerate and accept real authoritarianism and totalitarianism. There might be other times where we felt despairing and depressed, and other times where we felt a complete state of inertia. There might be other times where we've been angry, and we you know, that's resulted in outbursts. And you know what all of that demonstrates is that we are human, is that we feel things. You know, we don't just see things, we feel things, and we're not perfect. You know, we're far from it. I certainly am the imperfect individual after all, but we are individuals. We're individuals with values, you know, and we're trying, but sometimes things will get on top of us. Sometimes, as with me, I will retreat into myself to such a degree, let my ego take over. You know, but luckily I think I've still got enough awareness about me to know when that's happening. So let's not forget that for everything I've said in the last few videos, I stand by. But there's different ways. There's different ways for us to deal with what's going on, both in terms of dealing with it and making a difference. And it is really about taking ownership of our own, the things that we can control, choosing when to take responsibility and what for. Yes, there's an element of picking our battles. Absolutely, I find that side of things particularly difficult. And one other thing, I've talked a lot recently about, you know, the 1984 Orwellian doublethink, you know, world that we live in, and how many of us are really struggling to know what we can talk about with whom in what environments. So again, that's all true. My opinion on that hasn't changed, but again, it's about getting myself into the best possible place, really, in order to equip myself with the resilience and the kind of like the psychological and emotional awareness of any given situation, in order to be able to maybe feel comfortable, and maybe when the opportunity arises to make that difference, by expressing myself in the best possible way that might be better received. So yeah, that's the clarity today. I already feel better. I feel like the last couple of days feel like a weight's been lifted. I feel that crucially I've realised that it was down to me, really. And if we always go back to that, how can we change? How can we alter our perception? How can we maybe shift our mindset? How can we try to take a step back? How can we change our view on things, and maybe not on things, because as I say, I've not, but myself. How can we go deeper into that introspection without letting it consume us? How can we get clarity on the things, and the things that we can control, and that gives you a level of personal power, really, when you realise that even when your times are dark and you are deeply challenged and you are deeply disgusted, as I am, that there's a way to deal with that through real honesty, you know, and I talk about truth and honesty and a lot, and that relies on constant introspection, proper introspection. So anyway, that's today's video. As ever, let me know your comments. I hope everyone's good. I hope you're enjoying the lovely weather. I certainly feel the temperature increasing now, but yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to you tomorrow about my views about this hot spell and the the hysteria that's breaking out in certain circles, which completely doesn't surprise me at all. But there we go. Okay, have a lovely day, and speak to you soon, and thanks as ever everyone for your support. Okay, bye bye.